when I was 16. We had a black lab since I could remember, probably since I was like 3, and she had recently passed away. And we had another dog, a Shih Tzu, and I felt bad that he was going to be by himself, and I also wanted a puppy. So a few months after she passed away, I started looking at rescue websites, and even though my parents said they didn't want a dog, I just kept showing them rescue websites until they caved. We got him when he was 3 months old, and he came on this giant truck with a bunch of other dogs from Tennessee, and yeah, then we adopted him. He was such a funny little puppy. He kind of just made everyone so happy. Bringing him into the house, more than anything, just kind of brought everybody some laughs. He was just such a funny little dog. I had no friends. I was bullied. Such bad depression. It was brutal. The only thing that really brought me any joy when I was in high school was my dog, because going to school every day just made me want to die. I literally would rather have died than go to high school every day. Doing things with him, that was pretty much like one of the only things that didn't make me sad in high school. He was my best friend for sure. It was weird to leave my childhood home for the first time, and like the worst part was definitely leaving the dogs, because at that point we also had 2 other dogs. Leaving Maverick was the hardest. Saying bye to him, and he like looked at me like through like our like glass door in the kitchen, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I went home more weekends than I thought I was going to, just to see Maverick. I thought I was never gonna go home, honestly, except for holidays, but I think I literally went home like a month into freshman year.
2021! Here we come!
All I did was work, because this was my first summer living in the city in my own apartment, so I just worked a lot. I enjoy living on my own, like literally the only thing. Like I honestly just missed Maverick. I was into the process of like getting a new apartment and going back to school and like doing this and that. I had a lot of good things going for me at that time, so like it was like really, I couldn't be happy for 2 seconds without something like terrible happening. And that was like the first time I had ever called out of like either of my jobs, really. Like the first like week was like the worst. I don't know about everybody else, but at least for me, when like bad things happen or like, like I'm really sad, I just kind of do like my own little thing. I didn't eat for like over a day, I think, after he passed away, but I just kind of like laid on the couch and watched Grey's Anatomy, and I went to my boyfriend's apartment and I just like kind of ignored the entire world for like 3 or 4 days, and just, yeah, I don't know. It all feels like kind of a blur, but I just kind of sat on the couch and like disassociated, crying, ignoring real life, and like talking to my mom sometimes, and that's pretty much it. It gets easier with time. He's still my lock screen and my home screen. Like I have a picture of him in my room. Like I definitely think of him like once a day for sure, but like it's gotten easier. Like probably like a month ago I wouldn't have been able to talk about it without like crying my eyes out. So I'm already kind of a pessimistic person, but like I was like, dude, the world is so fucked up. Bad things happen for no reason at all. Everything's so fucked up. Like I could never just be happy. Like it definitely knocked me down a few pegs in terms of like overall like happiness, because I was just kind of looking at the world a little less bright. I don't know, it's getting better now. As a pet owner, you always have to be prepared, but the thing about Mavericks was that it was like so sudden. He was only 5. Kind of just like expect the unexpected and like cherish the time even more. There was like absolutely no reason. Like he was like in perfectly good health. Be prepared for life to happen, because we certainly never thought that was gonna happen. Cherish your pets, don't take them for granted. It just takes time when something like bad happens.